I can't remember the first one at Hayeswood Hospital in a January snow where old 68 bounds into Maysville like a dog. The second one, I dumped a box of milk on a kid named Blair, so he cracked my mouth with a wood block and my front tooth went gray. The third one, I sat across from the girl with beige compression sleeves, covering third-degree burns on her arms and legs. I could smell tender, healing flesh, muddled with antiseptic bandages and her father's wanton ditchweed. The fourth one, I snuck into the woods with a pack of Frankie Chamberlain's Winstons and a book of matches from Caproni's. It would have made sense to confess these sins to Father Everston or Father Pilger if only I had wanted to be saved. The fifth one, a girl named Dixie kissed me in her swimming pool, and I was ashamed to be so poor. The sixth birth, I was too small to fit myself into Westport Middle School, and it swallowed me without chewing. Or maybe the sixth one was driving away from Maysville in my father's green Delmont 88 after visiting his mother's grave, when he kissed the crucifix around his neck and whispered something to the cemetery soil that I wasn't meant to hear. I scout along these worn limestone walls that bank Beargrass Creek as it carries away newer parts of town, bending them toward the ancient river that's wide as a 20-minute walk. I smell deer and coyote moving in this wood through and over the ridges it etched on its way to the river. The stream is swimming with plastic things it will drop off and pick up on its banks again and again, then finally take to the river to be baptized above the falls with a shred of doubt in its heart and a pilgrim's purpose, like all true believers. I am driftwood, but I move as always with the river, and I move in the river to be found, current coaxing me downstream. I move as always with the river. For a long time, every day is like this, current coaxing me downstream. I am the river, and the river is me. For a long time, every day is like this. There's no choice but to be it because I am in it. I am the river, and the river is me. And it could be a windstorm, and I a leaf. There's no choice but to be it because I am in it. Once the wind blows, I am both the leaf and the storm. And it could be a windstorm, and I a leaf flowing like kunai grass on Guadalcanal. Once the wind blows, I am both the leaf and the storm. This is how I am the river, flowing like kunai grass on Guadalcanal. When I am the river, I have no sense of this is how I am the river, or what it could be like to no longer be the river. When I am the river, I have no sense of all the things I know that aren't the river, or what it could be like to no longer be the river. I am driftwood, but all the things I know are the river, and I move in the river to be found. Breathe in. I am born. Exhale. I am deaf. It is like this, over and over, relentless birth among thousands of rehearsals for death. An infant cries from another room. The fruit rots into the mold. A seed finds its purchase. I am freshly extracted from my bewilderment and delivered into this motherless place before the birds are up doing their business. I give myself to the perpetual machine of birth and rebirth that cannot begin until something is honestly dead. I inhale and am born into 1,000 gales. Exhale and let go. Everything born is diminished. I breathe in and am born into a whole new moment. The breath escapes, a wave receding back to the mother sea, tumbling sand over mollusks and surf. We do this dance all day. The inhale comes again, and I am renewed, cresting the hill before another descent, another exhale. There will be a last breath, a final exhale. For now, I keep cresting this hill, crashing this wave, being born into each moment. There's a mortgage to pay, a few car repairs. Inhale and brace for it. Exhale and imagine the red digits on the right side of the ledger. The shore where I was made and the rhythm of my heart against it is separate from the mother sea. Inhale and remember that sea whenever I am, wherever I am. Exhale and let it out of my grasp. Before long, the breath comes in again, and maybe I don't want to let it go. You can't tell me who knew which moon it was or what. There was so much going on. You can only tell me how you shivered against the January night, lighting my sky lantern, waiting for some heat to fill the paper skin. It was so cold, no one on your street was home, no lights were on in any of the windows. The faces of your son, red in the lantern light, their eyes drawing the path through that black night and its chill ceiling of crisp stars. So cold your mouth didn't work. I know. When it is so cold that every word slurs from your dead tongue and your lips are thick and slow with it. All of you were outside, and someone spotted it there to the south, and someone else called it a super blood wolf moon. You stumbled a bit, watching the lantern fly. All of those words strung together heavy in your head like a cargo train with no sense of where you were in the dark sea of space. No crossings, no trees, rooftops, or shores. You caught yourself in the bright moon, wondering if anyone could tell you were drunk, tracking the lantern as it dissolved in the ink of sky, and that fat blood moon hanging there that had gone missing for a time.